Now on CoastTV News.
Spreading awareness about prostate cancer, why catching it early can be a real lifesaver. Biking and walking in Milford, the new streetscape improvement plan that's going to make the city more pedestrian friendly.
And it looks like we could be in for a really rainy situation on Delmarva. More on that coming up.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
Walking for a good cause, how the simple act of putting one foot in front of the other made a difference today. Good evening, I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. We begin tonight with a focus on health. According to the American Cancer Society, about 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime, and it can be deadly if it is not caught early. With that in mind, today our own meteorologist Paul Williams, a prostate cancer survivor, hosted a walk to draw attention to this scary health problem. CoastTV News reporter Kevin Zapay shows us why this first annual walk is so important.
A Sunday morning crowd at the Cape Henlopen State Park to raise awareness of dangers of prostate cancer. CoastTV's own Paul Williams is a survivor, and he knows for some guys it's a hard thing to talk about.
It's down, below your belly, above your thighs, below your belly. So it's the prostate area. So a lot of guys don't want to talk about it, But it's a disease that thrives on our embarrassment of talking about it. And that's what we've got to break.
Things kicked off with a DJ. Speakers were on hand to replay their experiences of the effect prostate cancer has on them and their loved ones.
My suggestion, it's not an expensive test. Get it done.
And shirts and gifts handed out to spread awareness. As Dr. David Tam, the president and CEO of BB Healthcare, explains it's a cancer you want to catch early.
It is probably the most important thing, as with any cancer, to catch it early. Certainly in prostate cancer, and the fact of the matter is it is so easy to catch it early because it involves getting a physical exam, that digital rectal examination, but also a prostate-specific antigen or a PSA blood test. And those things can be done so easily.
After all the talking, it was time for the walking, a short 5K loop to get the blood pumping. And after the exercise, opportunities right on site to get a checkup. Something David Sauls, another prostate cancer survivor, says is the best thing you could do.
The 5-year survival rate, if you catch it early, is 100%. If you catch it after 5 years, meaning that if it's outside of the prostate, 34% survival rates.
So while it may be a tricky topic to talk about for some, the numbers are clear. If you take the proper steps and catch this cancer early, you live. Williams and others hopes that by spreading awareness to prostate cancer, that it will help motivate men to check up on their health. I'm Kevin Zapay in Lewis, CoastTV News.
And let's look at some of the stats around prostate cancer. We already told you that 1 in 8 men get it in their lifetime. 6 in 10 men who are diagnosed have that happen at age 65 or older. It's rare in men under 40. And it does hit the African American community harder than most. And how about this? From 1993 to 2013, the death rate for prostate cancer was cut in half. Doctors attribute that to an increase in early screening. So again, catching it early is really important. Now let's take a live look outside into Ocean City. And as we do that, we're going to turn things over to the host of that walk today, our First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Paul Williams.
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank everyone that came out, all the sponsors and everybody. It was really a wonderful opportunity for community. Thank you. And by all means, the big message is, guys, go get that PSA test. It's just an easy blood test. Now, let's test what's happening with this forecast. Our Hershey's exterior camera in Ocean City, we're seeing cloudy skies prevail for right now, and we're expecting temperatures to stay in the 70s. Overall, we're still watching out for a possibility of flooding. Coastal flood statement in effect for Ocean Pines, Newark, Snow Hill, Colburn, and those areas. But in addition to that, we're concerned with the possibility of flooding at least until Monday for us throughout Quantico, Salisbury, Eden, Delmar, Gumboro, Georgetown, Millsboro, Dewey Beach, Lewis, Ocean View, as well as Fenwick Island, and all of Sussex County, at least until late tonight. Coming up, we are going to be talking about the possibility of rain and a possible storm surge that may be a bit of a tricky situation for us by the time we get into, let's say, Monday going into Tuesday. All that coming up in your full forecast, Charlie.
Thank you, Paul. Rescue efforts are underway as communities across several states are dealing with the aftermath of Hurricane Helene. In North Carolina, hundreds have been rescued, dozens still missing. About 2.5 million people are still without power across 5 states. Ivan Rodriguez is in Keaton Beach, Florida, where much of the town was leveled.
Communities in the southeast are grappling with widespread devastation after Helene made landfall as a Category 4 hurricane on Thursday. Asheville, North Carolina is experiencing the worst of it as entire communities have been trapped by floodwaters.
We've lost communications capabilities. It's very difficult for us to move around the community. Many of the roads are closed. Trees are down. We're clearing those as quick as we can. And a lot of the critical infrastructure that we become used to every day in normal times is now gone, and we have to work around it.
Hundreds of roads remain closed in western North Carolina Sunday. Crews are working to reach people who are trapped with limited supplies.
Our biggest need right now is to take care of the people that live in this community. We need water desperately. We have yet to receive any water.
Millions of people remain without power across several states, including Tennessee, where dozens had to be rescued from floodwaters on a rooftop of a hospital.
I've never seen a hurricane disaster in Tennessee that has looked like this, not in the years that I've been here.
In Florida, where Helene made landfall, communities were wiped out from storm surge and strong winds. Countless residents are displaced. Boil water notices are in place in multiple counties.
We've got a couple things to remedy, but then it's mostly going to be the homes and the businesses and fixing that.
In Keaton Beach, Florida, I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
Good news for the outdoorsy types. The city of Milford is moving forward with a project to create more bicycle and pedestrian paths in the community. The city approved funding for this project design. It does come at a cost of $365,000, but only about 20% of that is going to come from the city itself. The rest of the funding will come from the state. Norman Smith thinks that this plan will help a lot of people, but that it will specifically make a difference to high school kids.
There's also, unfortunately, no good way for students that live downtown to get to the high school. There's not a crosswalk anywhere that's safe. There's not a safe walking or biking route for students that live in the downtown Milford area to get to their school.
So exactly where will these changes be made? Well, the improvements will be along northwest portions of Front Street, running from North Church Street to Truett Avenue and Mill Street. We have more news on the docket for you tonight. The rich getting richer. Mark Zuckerberg in rarefied financial air, the milestone he just crossed.
And we have a few what I call sneaky scattered showers in the forecast. I'll explain what I mean by that coming up in a moment.
And next, a crash and a crime, how 4 suspects, 3 arrests, and 2 hospitalizations all fit together. Get the full story right after this break.
Capture your favorite moments at the CoastTV photo booth. Strike a pose and snap a pic, all for free. View previous pictures and see the next event at coasttv.com under the Features tab. The CoastTV photo booth, sponsored by Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Welcome to the Final Score right here on the Delmarva Sports Network.
Watch Delmarva's only live and local sportscast, Final Score on DSN.
What a win. So glad we were able to capture it on DSN.
5 days a week, the Final Score is bringing you live coverage of local sports teams and games.
And Kobe Annals goes for the one-hand jam and helps his team to the big victory.
The Final Score, weeknights at 10:30 p.m., only on Delmarva's Sports Network.
In 2019, 2 visionaries banded together behind a restaurant to create the ultimate pizza, starting from scratch, just like our dough. At the Dough Bar, everything is a season for a reason. From our gourmet specialty pizzas to our signature sandwiches and mouth-watering entrees, we use high-quality ingredients for a freshness you'll crave. Enjoy our specialty cocktails with 16 craft brews on tap, or toast your own s'mores tableside by the water. Order online or visit the Dough Bar, Milton, Delaware's hidden gem.
Pocomoke experienced one of the greatest voids in our history.
She was an inspiration to everyone that She knew.
Everything she did, she gave 110%.
Aunt Susie always taught us to love the game and know what our role is.
Faith, family, and field hockey. The legacy of Coach Susan Pusey. Sponsored by Furnitureland. Tuesday, October 1st at 8.
I'm really going to miss you, but I always want you to do your best.
Ride the wave of Delmarva's vibrant coastal vibes with Coast Life. From hidden gems to sun-kissed trends and captivating local tales. Dive deep and immerse yourself in our coastal rhythm. Catch Coast Life weekdays at 4 on CoastTV.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
We have new information tonight stemming from a story we first brought you on Friday. There was a dangerous accident in Ellendale with some stunning details. According to Delaware State Police, early Friday morning, around 2:35 a.m., a black Honda CR-V was swerving all over the road. A trooper tried to pull the car over. Instead, that car took off, turning into a chase and eventually crashed into a parked truck. You can see, or you would be able to see on the results there, 2 men in the vehicle were taken to the hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. There you can see the 2 vehicles that were involved in this. And here's where things take another strange turn. Also on Friday, a burglary alarm at Chic at the Beach in Lewis was called in. The suspects there reportedly driving a CR-V, a black CR-V. DSP reports that during an investigation, they found stolen merchandise from the business in the vehicle. Now, 3 arrests have now been made and multiple charges have been filed. 34-year-old Richard Francis, 20-year-old Marcus Galman, and 20-year-old Ilan Melson. They were all arrested. A 4th suspect is still missing. Coming up tonight for Sunday Night Football, the Buffalo Bills take over the Baltimore Ravens. Coverage starts here on Coast TV at 7.
And the moisture content in the atmosphere is building up by tomorrow, and we're seeing a bit of a build-up right now. I'll explain what that means for your work week weather coming up.
Too many people think government doesn't respect them. I try to do things differently. I brought Democrats and Republicans together to pass paid leave because helping people care for their loved ones respects families. I helped raise the minimum wage because respecting workers means paying them a decent wage. And I will always defend Social Security and Medicare because I respect those are benefits that seniors have earned. I'm Sarah McBride. I approve this message because everyone deserves a government that respects them.
DSN Plus is more action. 4 additional live stream games every weeknight and full replays on demand. DSN Plus is more local. 5 live games every weeknight, showcasing high school showdowns and regional rivalries across Delmarva. DSN Plus is more access. Watch on your mobile devices, and remember, DSN is still free over the air and on cable. But get more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today.
These fields are empty now, but soon they'll be alive.
Some teams can only dream to play it because they can't afford it. And that is why Toyota is sponsoring Delmarva's Dream Team.
We're looking for teams from any sport and any level. Each month, your Delmarva Toyota dealer will give one local team a $1,000 grant. And after the year, one finalist will receive an additional $3,000.
Nominate your dream team at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com under the Features tab.
DSN's Delmarva's Dream Team, sponsored by your local Toyota dealer.
Mondays at 5 on Big 107.7. It's time to huddle up and talk football.
We're talking touchdowns, tackles, and everything in between. From game-changing plays to the latest news around the league.
We'll take a deep dive into all of the plays that made a difference.
We'll see you in the end zone.
Catch the End Zone, Mondays at 5 on Big 107.7. Wake up smarter.
I've got the 5 things you need to know to start your day.
Take a trip down memory lane.
Remember in elementary school when you would make those boxes?
Find your next furry friend.
His name is Peppy, and he's a 12-year-old Chihuahua mix.
And discover your inner clumsy.
That's a sad sign that you're getting old when you just take a little tumble like that.
Make your mornings brilliant. Join April weekdays from 6 to 10 on 107.1 The Duck. Sponsored by Dorchester County Office of Tourism.
With more than one day giving us a chance of rain, looks like we need to keep a very cautious eye on Tuesday, and I'll explain that in detail in mere moments. Our Boardwalk Plaza camera in Rehoboth showing a very active shoreline right now with some winds pushing the waves and keeping them a little bit on the active side, but at least tolerable at this point, 71 degrees. Now, we'll stay in the upper 60s from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock with partly to mostly cloudy skies. We warmed to 76 degrees today for the high in Georgetown. However, the morning low was only at about 70, so the thick cloud cover worked in our favor in the morning, keeping it mild, and then didn't necessarily get beyond the norm, other than maybe a degree or two for this time of the year. We are still housing all of those thick clouds, and we are in the 70s right now, generally along the coast, as well as the inland areas, ranging between 71 to 74 degrees at this hour. Here's our concern. First of all, we do have an active coastal flood advisory until 5 o'clock Monday for Dorchester, Somerset, and Wacomico. For areas like, Bucktown, and Mardella Springs, Laurel, Delmar, Salisbury. Now, talking about Laurel and Seaford and all these other areas, that includes Sussex and Kent. So we're looking at Lewis to Ocean View, Millsboro, Gumboro. Now, this is saying that we have the potential of inundation happening up to a foot. Now, as far as Sussex is concerned, that's up until 11 o'clock for tonight. In addition to that, a coastal flood statement has been activated for Worcester until midnight. Once again, it has the potential of this to occur. So I'm concerned about storm surge, and that kind of piqued my interest as I was going through some of the forecasting models. Right now, we see a couple of spot showers flaring up and then falling apart. Really stationary boundary or quasi-stationary boundary activity for us. But this counterclockwise rotation with this low-pressure system that formerly known as that monster that really ravaged Florida, Helene. So now we're seeing some of the outer bands of that now reaching into different parts of the mid-Atlantic region. So for the next 5 days, for example, we're looking at scattered showers on Monday. I'm targeting Tuesday because we could see an isolated thunderstorm briefly possible between 2 and 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're looking at things kind of falling out and kind of pittering out. But Monday, we're looking at cloudy skies and some light scattered showers for Monday. Tuesday, where it gets a little tricky. Heavier showers in Delmar in the morning time. And then as we go into the afternoon, we see a flaring up of this yellow here, possibly giving us a chance of some spot showers. I got curious about that, so I widened the scope here. So here's Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon. Here's what I'm curious about right here, this low pressure system that's going to develop to our south and bring in some very gusty and aggressive winds coming in out of the east. And so with that being the case, we look at our future gusts, 24 mile per hour gusts on Monday, but look at Tuesday, nearly 30 mile per hour wind gusts, and that sticks around for most of Tuesday during the day, and that pushes the possibility of the future waves up to 10 feet, for example, possibly for Dewey Beach in those areas, and even higher than that for us, possibly up to even 12 in some areas. So we'll keep a close eye on that for Tuesday. Here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodel extended forecast. Let's keep a really close eye on Tuesday, so that's going to be a yellow alert day, Charlie.
We will do that, Paul. Thank you. We have more news coming your way tonight. Scam alert, what concert goers need to watch out for, not just this week, but next week too.
Weather shapes our lives. At Coast TV, First Alert Weather means we are always at work, ensuring you have the information you need. Weather coverage that prioritizes you. Coast TV First Alert Weather, your safety, our commitment.
What could you do with your new Amish tradesman pole building?
A garage, workshop, pool house, office, in-law suite, or just a big old toy box. The Amish Tradesman provides free custom 3D design to reflect your vision, built with Amish quality. For nearly 20 years, our Amish crew continues to operate in Southern Delaware, where we live, work, and worship. Call us today to set up your free design consultation at 302-349-5550 or get inspired online at theamishtradesman.com.
At Atlantic General Hospital, we've been busy. Busy expanding healthcare services that are second to none in our region. From cancer care and women's health services to orthopedics, gastroenterology, and more, we provide advanced health technologies delivered by top providers. Expert care every day. It's what you can count on from Atlantic General Hospital.
Show a hard-working woman in your life the appreciation they deserve with Working Woman Wednesdays.
It could be your mother, your wife, a coworker, or any woman you know. Nominate them for a chance to win a special prize pack. Go to WBOC1025.com, fill out a short form, and tell us why they are so special and deserve to be honored.
Then join me, Stinson, every Wednesday as I announce that week's winner.
Working Woman Wednesdays, only on 102.5 WBOC.
So you don't think that 15 dogs are enough?
A wannabe dog breeder adds another to her pack.
She said she wanted a female to breed.
Correct.
There's no question that you did not pay for the dog.
Now she's littered with problems.
No, Your Honor, I don't want her to keep the dog. No.
A month after, you got another puppy. You live in a trailer with 2 young children, and you've got 15 dogs.
Next, Judge Judy.
Monday at 2 on CoastTV.
Here's Dr. Ron Leonard, our elder statesman. Now, how long have you worked here, Dr. Ron? Probably decades?
Centuries. We used to drill holes in patients' heads to release evil spirits, but hey, that's the 80s for you.
Happening right now, the Ocean City Police Department wants concert fans to be on the lookout for scams. Ocean's Calling is finishing up tonight, and next week is Country Calling. Both are sold-out events, and with that in mind, the OCPD is warning people, look out for last-minute tickets. Do your homework before you buy any. You can get verified resale tickets for these events, and that's probably what you want to do so you don't lose your hard-earned cash. Deals that look too good to be true, they most likely are. OCPD says beware of tickets that are significantly cheaper than $100. In Rich Guy News, Mark Zuckerberg became a member of an ultra-exclusive $200 billion club. Zuckerberg, joining Tesla CEO Elon Musk and Amazon's founder Jeff Bezos, is the only humans on the planet to be part of that club. The craze around artificial intelligence is seen as a benefit for all 3 men. In sporting news, on Tuesday, October 1st at 8 p.m., Delmarva Sports Network will air Faith, Family, and Field Hockey, the legacy of Susan Pusey. Coach Pusey was a force in Pocomoke, winning 16 state titles in field hockey over 28 years as a head coach. And don't move a muscle, we have more news coming your way. The pending longshore workers strike, it just might make a few items that you like hard to find at grocery and liquor stores.
I would never take a tax credit that I wasn't entitled to.
Angela Alsobrooks took tax deductions she did not qualify for.
Alsobrooks improperly took advantage of tax breaks she did not qualify for.
Alsobrooks claimed a homestead tax break for a townhouse she rented.
Alsobrooks is accused of improperly claiming senior citizens tax breaks.
She used multiple methods, which she was not qualified for, to save thousands of dollars.
No, I don't believe I'm above the law.
Maryland's Future is responsible for the content of this advertising.
If you know a high school student on Delmarva with a passion for agriculture or the culinary arts,
nominate them to become a WBOC Mount Air Farm to Table Scholarship winner.
The people who grow and prepare our food are more important than ever.
We are looking for 10 graduating seniors with a passion for feeding the world like we do at Mount Air Farms.
Nominees must have a 3.5 GPA or better, be an active participant in farming or culinary programs, and spend time giving back to the community.
Go to WBOC.com to nominate today.
Your backyard is a haven for cherishing moments with those around you. That's why at Coastal Fence Company, we're not just about fencing your yard. We create an oasis to capture those memories. We provide years of expertise in fencing, decking, and patio installations, offering a diverse selection of high-quality materials that suit your style. Our products are built to withstand the elements, maintaining beauty and functionality for your backyard, with financing options available to fit your needs. Call us today or visit coastalfencecompany.net for a free estimate.
Scoops and scores and Friday Night Lights. Football coverage like you've never seen before. Live games of the night every Friday night with the pre, half, and post-game shows. Plus, we'll take you around Delmarva for the latest real-time scores during Friday Night Lights. Tune in to the Delmarva Sports Network and the DSN app every Friday night this fall season. Scoops and scores and Friday Night Lights. Only on DSN and the DSN app.
Alec Mercer, fancy professor by day, Inspector Gadget by night.
It's completely irrational.
Exactly. Every crime can be explained by science. You ever heard of a hero placebo effect? Sunk cost fallacy. Patternicity.
Are you going to keep giving me Wordle clues, or is there someone I can arrest?
People are irrational, but predictably so. You want to learn more about zero-sum bias?
Among other things.
The Irrational. New October 8th on NBC and Peacock.
Longshore workers at East and Gulf Coast ports, including Baltimore, could go on strike on Tuesday. which could make it a lot harder to get popular products. It just might lead to shortages of chocolate, alcohol, popular fruits, including bananas and cherries. An extended strike could also lead to shortages of certain cars, so far the sides have not been able to come to an agreement over wages. In Georgia, a Sunday morning fire at a chemical plant forced evacuations and road closures. It happened around 5 a.m. at the Biolab plant in the town of Conyers, about 30 miles east of Atlanta. Rockdale County Sheriff says water from a malfunctioning sprinkler head came in contact with a chemical that reacts with water and created a plume. We'll be right back.
Two alpha males of the football kingdom square off.
And we couldn't be more excited.
Josh Allen and the Bills.
Lamar Jackson and the Ravens.
Crikey, that is a gorgeous matchup. Sunday Night Football on NBC and Peacock.
I like to know what my patients are experiencing.
Stop making decisions that hurt this hospital.
There's a method to my madness. Are you with me or not?
Brilliant Minds, Monday on NBC and Peacock.
The queen approacheth.
The termite queen can lay between 20 and 30,000 eggs a day and can live for 50 years. And those millions of termites can eat over $5 billion a year in damage. Take your home off the menu with termite protection by Brazier's Pest Control. The experts at Brazier's use over 40 years experience to administer the best protection in America, 6 times faster than Bates, with long-lasting protection. Call Brazier's now and defend your castle.
DSN Plus is more action. 4 additional live stream games every weeknight and full replays on demand. DSN Plus is more local. 5 live games every weeknight, showcasing high school showdowns and regional rivalries across Delmarva. DSN Plus is more access. Watch on your mobile devices, and remember, DSN is still free over the air and on cable. But get more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today.
Can you prove that you took your debit card and used it?
Yes, ma'am.
I felt like he owed me something.
Did the police ever question you about these ATM withdrawals?
No, ma'am.
I wonder why.
Next, Judge Judy.
Monday at 2 on CoastTV. Mondays at 5 on Big 107.7. It's time to huddle up and talk football.
We're talking touchdowns, tackles, and everything in between. From game-changing plays to the latest news around the league.
We'll take a deep dive into all of the plays that made a difference.
We'll see you in the end zone.
Catch the End Zone, Mondays at 5 on Big 107.7.
Elevate your home style with Home Time Cabinets and Flooring. Our team of dedicated designers work with you to make sure you get the perfect kitchen to fit your style and budget. Choose from a variety of American-made plywood cabinets and waterproof vinyl flooring that's built to last through all of life's challenges. With a fast turnaround time, you can get your new kitchen in as little as 2 weeks. Home Time Cabinets and Flooring by Time Builder. Quality work in Delaware for over 30 years.
Ride the wave of Delmarva's vibrant coastal vibes with Coast Life. From hidden gems to sun-kissed trends and captivating local tales. Dive deep and immerse yourself in our coastal rhythm. Catch Coast Life weekdays at 4 on CoastTV.
This is fun. The Denrec Division of Fish and Wildlife posted this today. Did you know it's National Goose Day? Well, now you do, and according to the post, legend says if you eat a goose on September 29th, you never want for money all year round. I'm not sure I buy that part, but celebrate the geese anyway. Paul?
Well, my only question is it good for the gander as well?
I see what you did there.
Boom. Okay, so our Bay Health camera tracking some scattered showers in Dover right now. We'll drop down to 67 with a few scattered showers hanging on until about 9 o'clock. Coastal flood statements active for us in Ocean City and throughout a good portion of Sussex County until, let's say, 11 o'clock tonight, and also for Dorchester. You can keep up with your forecast with our weather line, sponsored by Baird, Mandalas, Brockstead, and Federico. And here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. Let's keep a close eye on Tuesday. It's going to be a little tricky on that day there, Charlie.
Thank you, Paul. We are watching it. Thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6. For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app. Be sure to join us tonight at 11. Until then, have a great night.